Jim Moes.
Greg Moes from MoDak Dairy. We're the fourth generation involved in the dairy operation here. I have two sons in the operation that are taking care of mostly the dairy side of it right now. We run with mostly all hired labor except for all the family.
Our main crops are alfalfa and corn, and most of our corn is usually around 105 to 110 day corn. It's chopped for silage, and our hay is mainly put up as haylage as a wet product and stuff. And then in our agronomy, we work through the Watertown Co-op elevator and then we have our own agronomist that does all our scouting and everything for us. So,
Cross vent barn is kind of the new generation barn within the last 8 to 10 years. What it actually is, it's a barn where we're housing all 2,000 head of our cows.
We use sand for bedding. All the manure is scraped to the center of the barn. Every time the cows go up, they scrape every pen. In the fall of the year, then we'll apply the manure. We have a guy that comes in with a hose dragger and he applies the manure to our fields as required by the state regulations and stuff, whatever we can put on. It's all natural. It does better for the crops, it's better for the soil and all the commercial fertilizer. And your soils are a lot more mellower just because you're not using the commercial fertilizer. And for us, I mean, we get with the cows here and stuff, unless we got a field far enough away we can't put them around, we very seldom buy commercial fertilizer.
Probably the two biggest things we focus on, they're milked 3 times a day. They come through the parlor every 8 hours. Production, we want, our goal is 100 pounds. We haven't hit that yet, but we're getting close. We want them to preg rates of up close to 30. We're at the 26% preg rates. Every Tuesday we use ultrasounding. That's another technology, but it's really been around for a long time for checking for pregnancies. Pregnancies and twinning, that's a big plus when your ultrasounding is checked. You know which ones are going to be pregnant for twins. The other thing is the milk quality. There's always been the big push on milk quality. The 200 somatic cell count is the push where before the old facility, we were always pushing up over the 600,000-700,000. Now we push around the 200,000.
We went to more than just 2 or 3 dairies, and then the one guy might have had one idea that we liked, and we incorporated it in ours. And now everybody likes ours because we got 5 or 6 different ideas that are really working good for us with the headlocks and stuff like that in the barns, and stuff. They really for cow comfort and ease of working and everything with all the headlocks through the whole barn. That's a big plus for us here. The biggest thing was just labor. We went from the old facility milking 300 cows, we'd come up here to milking cows with the same labor force. And that was our biggest thing. Everything was so labor intense down there. You had to do everything when the cows were gone up to the parlor. You had to feed, you had to clean and everything. You couldn't do anything. You had to make sure they were timely doing it. And then anytime you had to work the cows, everything was so labor intense without the headlocks. That was our biggest concern and stuff. So
the other thing was cow comfort. Back in the 70s when everybody built barns, we built it because we were warm, we were cold, there was something in the barn. It wasn't for the cows. Now with the production and the size of the cows and everything else, you have to have them cows be able to get up and move about free and have the environment around them that's consistent. So that was one of the big stresses we did when we built the barn, make sure that everything was comfortable for the cows and the humans, people moving cows up and down from the barn.
Well, the biggest goal is just to pass it on to the next generation and probably hopefully another generation down the road. It's been in the family since it's over 100 years plus, and I think it was like 1894 it was homesteaded. So it's been in the family, and we just like to pass it on. That's one thing while we're trying to keep it all together as a unit. We're trying to, with the corporation and everything, try to keep everything tied so somebody can't come in and just sell part of it off. It's all going to be one unit, and that's the only way it's going to work, is to be one big unit and stuff for the long term.
And pretty much the goal of the dairy has always been, have a place where people can come and enjoy work, or not really work, just enjoy to come and be here and be part of it and to grow it. Right now there's no real big ideas for expansion other than just trying to bring our heifers home and get them so we have control, complete, so we can feed them and everything else. We're still working on to be sustainable as far as a dairy. Right now we're buying a lot of feed and everything else. We're working so that a profitable dairy produces its own feed.